So I like my new camera. The video quality has definitely shot up on my YouTube channel. The only thing that stinks is that it takes at least 2 to 3 times as longer to render out my videos. As you can tell right now, I'm rendering out more or less a 12-minute video. And it's been doing this now for about 30 minutes. So I can already tell how old my computer is. So yeah, I'm going to eventually look into maybe getting myself a better computer because the one I'm using right now is definitely a tad too old. But with that said, I wanted to show what's going on with Minmay and then also do something else because I can't really build anything today, but there is something I do need to do, so that's why this is tiled the way it is. So this is how far Minmay has gone along so far. Of course, the person that's doing this is the same guy that made the two Draken models and the High-Taz Valkyrie for me. So when it comes to something like this, when it comes to just posing a character like he is right now, I have absolute faith in him and his skills. Now I don't know how long it took for him to actually pose, but I'm pretty sure it took like maybe a few hours to just do that simple pose. Granted, the model is not fully posed out yet. It's going to take about another day or so for him to finish it all up. And then he'll send me off the files and then I'm actually going to start putting Minmay together. Well, that's if I can actually get the popsicle sticks, hot glue sticks, and cardstock I need to get. But what do I need to do today? I need to clean up my closet. I need to basically open it up. I'm going to be getting rid of a few of the things I've made in the past to make room for Minmay, Ranka, and Frey. I'm going to be building those 3 Macross characters in the next few months. Minmay's first, most likely Ranka's next, and then Freya. And I want to be able to have room to put them in my closet because I want to make sure they're nice and protected, and the closet's the only place I have that can actually more or less keep them shielded from generally just my room, because my room is not exactly the most spick and span room in the world. I mean, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to put the cardboard boxes that my telescope came in. I'm going to be putting those things up in the attic. I'm going to be pulling out all this crap. I might even be pulling these 2 out. And I'm going to try and rearrange my closet so I can actually open it up. I'm probably going to chuck my original dubstep gun too, because I can easily place a few things up here and I really don't need my 1st gen dubstep gun anymore since I got this thing. So yeah, and I also want to replace that light with a LED light. So I'm going to try and keep this video short, under 5 minutes, but considering this portion's already considering it's probably already like 3 minutes already, here's hoping I can keep it under 5-10 minutes max. Alright, so I got the boxes out, a few of the things on my bed, and as you can see already, the closet's, I already got a nice little hole. I can easily stick a Minmay in here. Actually, considering how Minmay and Ranka's 3D models are put together, I could easily stick both Minmay and Ranka in this nice little corner right here, just like I have with Kirimi and Yanchan. But I do have to clear the rest of this out because Frey's skirt is really big. So I have to make room for Freya. Ranka, if I was just building Ranka and Minmay, I could just leave it like this. Just put these 2 boxes in my closet and just rearrange a few of these things. And I could easily stick those 2 in there. But again, since I'm building Frey, I have to clean more stuff up, and I gotta get this off the floor. And I gotta properly display this again. I think I used to have it actually right there, so I have no idea how I got there. Alright, I'll fix this too in the process. So, up here in my closet, I found a few things I built a few years back. This was to be an RC Cessna. Amazingly, it's still actually somewhat intact. The only thing that broke was that elevator right there. The actual main superstructure of the thing seems to still be intact. Though my fuel rod cannon, this is the Halo Reach fuel rod cannon, is kind of better days. It's kind of dead. And I put the boxes there and there. Alright, so before I chuck it, I want to show off my original dubstep gun. So, I don't know if anyone even remembers this thing, but it's my original first attempt at a dubstep gun. And as you can tell, it's made out of cardboard. Amazingly enough, it actually still supports its own weight. But yeah, as you can get, you can get a general idea of more or less what went into putting the thing together. And you can definitely see how good my new one looks in comparison to this one. You always had to start somewhere, so this is where I had to start. So I'm going to go put this thing into the old recycler. Same thing with the Utah across the AR cards I made. Unfortunately, the AR system for the app has been shut off since April 3rd, so I really don't need these anymore. So I'm going to put a few things in the recycler and come back. So my cat knocked over a Kirimi. She was damaged, but the fall that she did this time did her in. And I can actually see why she failed. Normally when I build these things, I build them in with a superstructure to support everything. Now, as you can tell, the only major superstructure components is this area here and this wooden dowel. And from what I can tell, this wooden dowel wasn't actually connected to anything. So the only superstructure that the legs had to support the whole weight, or to support all the weight of this build, was just these 3 itty bitty little wooden popsicle sticks. Because if I go over to here, basically this little wooden popsicle stick here, there's one right here, and this one right here. That wooden dowel that, like I said, right here, wasn't actually connected to anything. So I had this build now for about, I want to say maybe a year or two, and I really dropped the ball on this build, unfortunately. So I can't really repair this unless I can somehow pull the skirt off. But unfortunately, the way this 3D model is designed, the skirt and this section here are all combined into one. Yeah, they're all combined into one. So there's no way for me to pop this skirt off without completely destroying it to repair her, unfortunately. Now, that's as of right now. Most likely I will eventually repair her, but right now she's beyond repair for me right now. I'm pretty sure eventually I will repair Kirimi, but this right here goes to show why I spend so much time when it comes to building characters that are humans. Why I spend so much time building in a superstructure to support everything, to hold everything together. This one is kind of one of the weaker ones I've built. And like I said, I kind of dropped the ball on this build, which really, really stinks. But at least this lets me know that I really need to make sure that I put Minmay together proper. The only time I actually had the only other build I had major problems with was my life-size Taiga. Her head came loose once. I had to go in there and repair that, and her feet also had to get repaired. Luckily, she was easily repairable. I'm thinking I'm pretty much going to chuck Ruby, since I really haven't gotten any farther than season 3, and I kind of lost interest. This one was more of a spur of the moment type build. So I'm just going to snip off the signature and just chuck the rest. Alright, so I've managed to somewhat open up my closet again. I'm more or less going to chuck Ruby. I'm going to put Kirami in somewhere in my house and whatnot, but generally speaking, this is where everything's more or less placed now. The reason why I'm keeping her is because I'm going to be pulling this wooden dowel out to build Minmay, so I'm keeping her. I still got my Legend of Korra biplane, which I still want to get up and flying eventually. I just need a Power Pack B or C from Flight Test. I have both Drakens up here now. I replaced the light with my LED light. And that's more or less it. So hopefully this should be more than enough room to place all 3 characters I'm going to be building. I could easily stick a Minmay or Ranka here, and then I could probably squeeze another one right here, and then I can stick Frey literally right in the middle. So I think that's pretty much it for this video, because everything else I'm going to be doing will just be me tearing stuff down and whatnot. So yeah. What do you want? It doesn't know.